Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of our F1 2020 My Team career. And today we're here with China, but before that we need to get into some PR stuff. As you can see here, we've got a few things being worked on throughout the week, but we need to go to the activities and let's improve a couple of things. I tell a lie, guys, just before that we've got an invitational event, which is going to be driving, it looks like the Red Bull, 2010 Red Bull maybe, at the Netherlands circuit, Zandvoort. Well, I haven't drove that circuit yet, so this could be a good practice. So let's go and do the invitational. And as you can see here, for passing the goal, which is a checkpoint challenge, we're driving the 2010 Red Bull Racing RB6 car. 32 seconds to get to the first checkpoint, and we got 150. I know it's in dollars, but I'm going to call it pounds because I am English, and 1,000 to claim. So I think this is easy money. Let's go and do it. Get practice on this circuit at the same time. It's literally the first time I've ever drove this circuit, so you have to bear with me, guys. There might be a few errors because I don't know the track, only from watching videos. This car is slidey as anything. I do drive on medium traction control because I don't want to drive with it fully off because it makes the traction off every corner. It just makes you so much slower than the AI. So I drive on medium traction control. So it does make driving cars like this sometimes a little bit more difficult than they should be. And as you can tell, I'm not the quickest around this circuit because I've never ever drove it. So I'm trying, guys. This is a nice little flowing circuit, I can imagine, when you get used to it. But that's the problem, I'm not used to it at all. And back then, in 2010, they didn't have any DRS to use either, so it's a little bit of straight line speed that we would have if we was in our normal car. Let it roll through the corner, accelerate when you get straight. I think we're going to pass the challenge, but it's going to be close. That's exceeding track limits, okay. I'm also learning track limits for when we go to the actual event, which I think might be after this next race. Might be after China. Come on, car. Come on, car. You can do it. I think we're going to be close, actually, to doing this. Telling me off. Thanks, Jeff. Just about done it. We've passed the target time, which is great. And we only just did it. I think we're a couple of seconds. I was concentrating on driving. Come on!
We're in a position now where we're able to attract a new sponsor to the team. Head over to the corporate tab and select the sponsors screen to choose who we should approach.
Nice, we're able to get a second sponsor for the car now. Lovely. I'm going to go with something not everybody's doing on YouTube. So I'm going to go with Paynite. Paynite, I think it is. So we're going to go with this. It says achieve a top 12 finish during the race. And I'm pretty sure we can achieve that. So let's add that sponsor. And let's go and put it on the car. But yeah, there's the finished article. You got Paynite in the back there. You can't really see it unless you zoom in. But yeah, it looks very, very nice, this car. But let's go and get into the Chinese Grand Prix. Right, let's get into qualifying, guys. I'm a little bit skeptical for this one. because I don't think we've got very good engine power. But let's just go out there and try our best. And there's us in our new helmet looking very, very suave. But I was thinking of switching to short qualifying in the future, because I think I prefer it, because it just puts a little bit more pressure onto doing a better lap in one session rather than over a couple. But yeah, that's where I'm planning on heading with qualifying, guys. So I hope you're okay with that. But for now, we're obviously gonna still be running the Q1, the Q2, and the Q3 for this weekend. But it might change for Zandvoort going forward. But fingers crossed we can get some downforce on this car, because it's not the best through the high speed turns. We get a lot of understeer, and that's where we're going to lose a lot of time to the other teams on the grid. That's a very good exit through there. Brake as late as possible into this turn. Allow the car to run through on its own. Get an early acceleration off the turn. Now, can we keep full throttle through here? Can we? Just about, a little bit of a slide, but just about keep through full throttle. And we go off circuit, but we're going to continue to set this lap and try and beat it later in the session. But it's going to put us above Latifi. Actually, we're going to try and run for another lap here. We might be able to do it, because these tyres will not be needed again, so let's just see if we can. Use as much of the curve as possible there. We're a second up, obviously, because that's where we made the mistake. Lost a little bit of time through here. We could not get on the traction. Could not find any traction through there, but we are gaining time down the back straight, so we managed to recover it. Come on, car. Come on. You've got it. Use as much of the outside of the track as possible, and we jump above Giovinazzi and Debris into P7. We're going to struggle around this circuit. Unfortunately not, guys. We go out in Q1, P17. The setup just isn't working for us, but we are committed to it now for the race. But for next year, here at China, I will not be using this setup we've currently got, because I feel it's not working for me. But we still beat Romain Grosjean, which is great. We still beat our rival. That's fine, that works for me. And we beat our teammate as well. The acclaim will go up for us. Our acclaim's less than De Vries, just so you know, guys, because I don't do as much practice as, obviously, he does every practice. I don't do every practice. But we do need to maybe start doing a little bit more practices just to get our acclaim better than his.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin at turn 14. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Leclerc, Alexander Albon and Ricciardo, Sainz, Norris, Ocon and Lance Stroll, Perez, Bottas. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Kimi Raikkonen and Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Buchan and Pierre Gasly, Grosjean, De Vries, Russell and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Terrible start. Actually, no, the second phase of the start, we get alongside Magnussen, though. Trying to squeeze out Giovinazzi. Little bit of contact there with Magnussen. Lost a bit of our front wing. Still some contact on the inside. Bottas and Stroll just bully us out the way. We're going for it, sod it, why not at this point? Make the move on Bottas, which is lovely. We just overtook a Mercedes. With the P11, the damage on the front wing is horrendous. Hopefully we get a safety car so we can fix it whilst under safety car conditions. But not a bad start. Was it P16 or P17 on the grid? All the way up to P12. Right, let's overtake and Rich down this straight. Just try and keep Perez behind us for as long as possible. In fact, we're getting close to Stroll and Bottas. We're going to brake a little bit earlier because we don't want to put ourselves into a tricky position. But then we do a nice little cutback on them. 3 wide going into the final corner. We're not going to back out. We get forced off the track. And we pass them both. What an overtake that is on Stroll and Bottas. And let's just settle now into the race with our slightly damaged front wing. And fingers crossed we get a safety car so we can repair it and not lose too much time. Valtteri Bottas is coming at us now. We're just going to let him go. He's not our fight today. He's in a Mercedes. I mean, the fact we even overtook a Mercedes at one point here today is a miracle. Do you know what? We're going for it again. Overtake. Rich. Let's go for it. Let's just pass this Mercedes. Let's do it. Why not? While we can, let's just battle him. I know this is not helping either of our races, but the fact we're overtaking a Mercedes is just brilliant. I love it. This is fantastic. This is actually fantastic. A little bit of tactical driving here. We allowed Valtteri past because it gives us DRS down this straight. But the thing is, with our understeer of our broken front wing, it might not actually help us. Because we lost a lot of time around that corner. We're going to have to go for the move because we outbroke ourselves. But he does the cutback and that'll be the last time we see Bottas today. Hamilton and Verstappen in the pits. P4 now. Albon in, Albon in. P3. Stroll's coming. He's alongside us now. And he makes that move nice and easy. It's because we're struggling now with the front wing, but we can come back at him with DRS, Ritz Mix and ERS. And we should be able to pass him down this straight. Nice and easy. Back past Stroll. Back into current P3. Run a little bit wide though. He's still alongside us, to be fair. And we make the move stiff. Back into P3. Mistake through here. We're going to be left vulnerable down this straight now. I don't think we can keep Stroll behind us this time. He's coming. We go all the way to this side of the track. We just leave him the space there. We'll outbrake him though. Get onto the apex. Lovely re-overtake from us. We stay in front. We're still in P3 for now. Obviously not a real P3. Bottas pitting. Leclerc still not in. We just let Hamilton go there. There's no point battling him. Pitting anyway. We might have clipped the back of him by accident. And we're in. We're in for our first pit stop. We braked a little bit early, but it's fine. Hamilton's coming in. I thought Hamilton already stopped. Ocon is out of the race. Ocon is out of the race. Please be a safety car. We're out of the pits in P15. P10, we passed Sainz. Sainz in the pits. And Ricciardo. P9. That's incredible. I didn't think we'd actually get into the points today. But we somehow managed to be into the points for now. We're in P9 and we're closing on Stroll, who's in P8. There could be some chance of the points here today. Zone of Stroll here. Not quite. But we should be there soon. Big mistake from us. Leaves us vulnerable to Ricciardo. We have to go back for the move on Ricciardo. Against the last of the late breakers, Daniel Ricciardo. And we make the move stick. We shouldn't have allowed him to even have the chance to pass us. But the biggest mistake through that long right-hand corner gave him the opportunity. Now we've got to do all the work again on Stroll. Lando Norris in the pits. Lando Norris in the pits. We're into P8. And I believe we will pass Stroll. He just seems a little bit too slow. Ricciardo's just rammed us. Ricciardo has just rammed us for no reason. I was sticking to my racing line and he just tries to wedge it down the inside. Where I literally had nowhere to go. Now, we should be able to have a go at Stroll down this back straight. We're going to be in DRS. Obviously, we've got to defend from Ricciardo at the same time, but the best form of defence is attack, so I'm definitely having a go at Stroll down this straight if we get a good exit. We didn't get the best of exits, but I think it's still better than his. We should be able to make this move now. In the slipstream, DRS, ERS, rich mix. It should be a pass we can make. He goes defensive, but we just outbrake him, and we are. Oh, hold on. Run a little bit wide, but yes, we are into P7. Bit of a mistake through there. Now we've got all the work to do on Ricciardo again. Our tyres are all lit up at the moment. We've got no traction. We've lost, in that little mistake, we lost about 4 seconds. About to start our final lap of the race. Nothing's happened for a few laps. It's been quite dull. Other than us setting that fastest lap, nothing has really happened. And we finished the race on empty tank of fuel as well. But P8, I'll take another P8. It's a bit more points to add to our tally. I don't think we should be getting points at this stage of the save, but we are managing it. And it's fine, it works for me.
Another excellent.
We're definitely turning up the difficulty, but for now, we'll leave it as it is. We'll roam with it until Montreal.
A resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Come in.
So, let's
P8
review the driver's standing.
from 17th on the grid.
Verstappen's excellent result today.
Don't know how we didn't get driver of the day
Leader
though.
of the drivers'
We should have got driver of the day easily.
Let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
That's got to be the Flying Finn. Wait, how many Flying Fins have we had now? Anyway, I'm talking about Bottas this time. Just great raw speed. And a good job in traffic as well.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Our championship leaders retain their position, but their lead is shrinking. Meanwhile, good work from the owner-drivers team this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours. You were cutting your way through the field during the race. It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it?
F1 is a team sport. We all put in an extreme amount of effort. Let's go with that.
It was more like dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it?
Those are just friendly nudges. Let's go with that.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Achievement for what? Here comes the money. Yeah. And here's the rivalry breakdown. We're still beating Grosjean. Obviously, we're penalty free. We beat his fastest laps. Yeah, so this is quite an easy rivalry. Grosjean's useless in that house. And also our claim goes up. We're catching up with De Vries. We'll start doing some practice as well. And the team acclaim's up to 5. So that's all good. Nearly 6 now. and 319k earned from that race weekend. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you are new around here, please subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. And I've been Chris12LFC, and I will see you later.